Good afternoon and welcome back, everyone. We are down to the wire here for the finals of the FXopen. We do have about 13 or 14 games to bring to you that were played earlier this afternoon. Results have not been posted yet, but straight up, we wanted to bring you a game that was actually played yesterday between Shuffle and Optikzero, which can only be described as epic according to the people who have actually seen it. So we're going to go straight into that one first up. I am, of course, Unstable, bringing you this game for FXopen, and I'm joined here by Sif from the 2bh.org, who were kind enough to organise this event for us. How you going, Sif?
Yeah, very well, thanks, Unstable. How are you?
Alright, so straight up, we've got Shuffle as the green Zerg down at the 9 o'clock position here, and we are going to have Optikzero as the pink Protoss at the 12 o'clock. So close positions, not going to be favouring Shuffle, especially with his pretty much standard macro style. We have seen Optikzero be a powerhouse in this tournament so far, hasn't lost a single game. In the same way, Shuffle hasn't either, so that's going to be really good to see. Optikzero, hailing from Canada, I believe. Fairly strong player. He's about 2,900 rating on the US ladder. And I'm not sure about Shuffle's rating, but he's actually from Australia. And is fairly decent, trains a lot with the EG guys, if I'm not mistaken. So it looks like Shuffle here is going to be going for a fast expansion or something, using 2 drones to chase away the probe.
Yeah, I really like the fact that he's actually used 2 drones there. Because then you can use one to build the hatchery and the other to chase off the probe. So,
oh, but not if the pylon goes down. So he's been forced to drop the spawning pool instead. So nicely done by Optikzero. I can't really agree with the fact that he wants to fast expand in these positions. But
yeah, I mean, we haven't actually found any scout from Shuffle at the moment, so he doesn't know they're across from each other. But it looks like Optikzero is going to go for a SimCity fast expand. So, you know, he won't be expecting any kind of... I mean, when Shuffle does scout, he won't be expecting any kind of early pressure anyway. So that will be okay. It should be all right for Shuffle to get an expansion online. But the problem is now he's got that pylon to deal with. And he's going to be very delayed with that, early expansion. I mean, usually you'd want to have it down for at least 30 seconds now, because I'm moving into about 3 minutes 20 into the game. So I don't know. It looks like it's going to be a more macro-oriented game, because if Optikzero opts for a early expansion, then we're going to see like massive macro play.
Yeah, definitely. So Optikzero definitely pulling ahead early in this game, as he has delayed Shuffle enough. Even it's only 100 minerals, and look how long it's delayed Shuffle. Not only does he have to wait for his spawning pool to finish, but he also has to wait for those lings to pop and then actually take out the pylon itself. So definitely going to be frustrating for him to do that. If we have a look at the worker count, Optikzero already ahead on the probe count, 20 to 16. As
and
is about halfway through.
It also forces Shuffle to make those Zerglings as well. So it means that he misses out on those 2 or 3 drones, as you were just saying. So he is, the 3 or 4 drones now behind. And Optikzero will get his expansion online before Shuffle, which is not a position that any kind of Zerg player wants to be in.
Yeah, he's just had a little peek here. If we have a look at Shuffle's vision, he has seen the forge and the gateway with the 2 cannons at the back. So he knows he's got nothing to do. He cannot do anything with these lings. Can't even poke at the Nexus, because even if he attacks it from the top, that 1 cannon will be able to reach him. And he does have a few lings coming across as well. His Overlord's placed at the back of Optikzero's base. Probably not going to be needing to use that anytime soon, since it is 1 gate expand. Well, actually expanded before the gateway went down. But still, link speed is on the way. Did just finish for Shuffle, and he's throwing down a Baneling Nest. So we might be thinking of trying to finish this one early.
Yeah, I mean, Baneling Busts are obviously one of the best ways to counter any kind of SimCity that we've got there going on in Optikzero's base. The thing that I like about Optikzero is he's got the 2 cannons placed really well, so they've got the range of 7, and that will actually be able to reach all the way to the end there of the mineral line. So if any Zerglings do get in that little mineral line to start attacking probes, those cannons are going to be able to deal with it really efficiently. And I like the fact that he's putting down another cannon just now, just to make sure that if any banelings do want to walk in and explode, that cannon's going to be 1 blocking their path, and 2 taking them down as they get close.
Yeah, but the only thing I don't really agree with is this pylon straight at the front. He does only just put down a 2nd pylon at the back, but it's going to be it's pretty much a weak point for this wall, having banelings run straight in there. And then even though he does have these cannons at the top. He can run Speedlings straight in, but it looks like he is. Oh no, Optikzero has scouted all those Banelings being morphed, so he will be probably throwing down a couple more things to stop this, as we do have a lot of Lings, a lot of Banelings coming in to do anything like that. And here come no, the Speedlings just... Speedlings are just poking around to the front here, as we do have those Banelings moving in. They are going to go for this pylon, most likely, like I was saying. That is where the weak point is, and there goes the pylon goes down. All the Lings stream into the main base, as a lot of probes who were trying to block the ramp there are brought back, and we do have a Stalker there, but these Lings doing great work on all of these probes. He will be able to take out a couple of these units, and oh my god, he's actually seen the Void Ray coming. So that is very bad news for Optikzero.
I mean, that was a really good move there by Shuffle, using those Banelings to take down that weak point, as you mentioned, and then running into the main base there. Now, they've done so much damage. Like, this really is exactly what Shuffle needed to make sure he stayed in the game, taking off one of the bases of Optikzero, so the economy evens up. But the thing is, like, he's going to get so much damage here if he manages to take down these Stargates. It looks like the Void Ray will pop out now for Optic, so he will be able to get rid of most of these Zerglings, I dare say, before these tech buildings are destroyed. But yeah, I can't say anything wrong about that. I mean, it was excellent timing push by Shuffle.
Yeah, unfortunately that little misplacement of the Forge, they did allow that to happen, but that Void Ray will clean up the Lings eventually.
Going to work now. Just meanwhile, back in Shuffle's base, I mean, he is producing a couple of queens, so he's looking to move into the more macro-producing game. He's also getting those queens to make sure that if that Void Ray or Void Rays, I know it's going to be a Void Ray because the Stargates are destroyed, do come over to Shuffle's base, he's going to have the queens there with transfusion, of course, to make sure that there's no possible damage to be done to his main. So I really like the fact that he's, taking out, Optic's main base. He knows there's a Void out. He knows how to counter that as well, and it looks like it will... oh no, Baneling's now into the natural expansion of Optic as well, almost taking him out completely, but luckily he's got about 10 or 11 probes there, sitting on literally 5 health points.
Yeah, quite a few on the red armor, but luckily those shields do repair themselves, and we do have another Stargate going down. Link's still trying to take out as much as they can. Unfortunately, Shuffle won't be able to take out that Cybernetics core. Even though it is unpowered, you can still actually produce Stalkers out of the gateways with it. And we do have Warp Gate researching now for that first gateway, as more and more things are going down in the natural expansion for Optikzero, very closely SimCity now. And if we have a look, they're actually still dead even on the work account here. So hopefully, once this technically the main goes back up for Optikzero, he will be able to get some kind of economy going again to do some kind of damage. And here we go, we do have a Phoenix coming out now for Optic as well to try and do a lot of harassment on these Overlords. We do have 3 Queens at the front for Shuffle. 4 technically with the one in the main base. So really it's just going back into the massive advantage that Optikzero had at the beginning, as now just evened out.
Yeah. So it's really good that once again Shuffle did that. He kept himself in the game. I don't really see if, like, this Void Ray that's coming around to the back of the main now for Shuffle. I don't think Optic's going to be able to do too much there with so many queens. Oh, and speaking of queens, look at the ones that are damaging that Phoenix now. He's taken so many shots. I mean, I think it was 120 damage just done there, just by a quick scout. But the good thing there, Shuffle does manage to see what kind of tech, is being made by the Zerg player, so Optic will be able to counter any kind of tech there. But all we got so far is a lair and a Baneling nest and a spawning pool. So unfortunately, it didn't reveal too much.
Yeah, definitely. So we do have more probes being transferred back up to the main for Optikzero. He's getting an Immortal out. I think he's just worried about some kind of roach play now to try and bust in to get rid of these cannons, but it looks like Shuffle is committing to these Lings. Just want to keep the constant pressure up. There is a Robotics Bay going up for Optikzero as well now, so he does have pretty much all the tech pass he needs, because he does have that Stargate, does have the Robotics Bay, and he's also throwing down more gateways. So second Robotics Bay actually going down in the main along with another gateway. So really, and we have a secret expansion coming out for Shuffle. That's going to be interesting. This is
actually, I mean, I like the fact that he's gone for the secret expansion there. I don't really know how effective it will be due to the fact that we've got Robo Play from Optic, which means scouting with observers will be quite easy this game. He's also got that Phoenix out as well, so he'll be able to whip around the map and he might spot that. So I'm not sure if it was the best decision, but at the same time I do like it, because if it does pay off, obviously put Shuffle into the lead. We do have a Hydroden going down, upgrading the groove spines at the moment for the Hydros, which obviously gives them the extra range. But already in the mix, we've got the Robotics Bay researching extended thermal lance. So
Oh, and some
Colossus.
Phoenix is flying